Well, good morning, everyone. We know that the person that maybe sent you this YouTube video wants you to understand the Partner Co. pay plan, which, by the way, you can Google this. You type in Better Business from Home. It is the magazine. The direct sales industry tracks this industry worldwide. There's about 7,000 companies in the world. We're always right at the very top in the highest payout there is. Now, everybody can always compare comp plans, but as far as true payout, meaning dollars in the front door, dollars out the back door, Partner Co. pays out 50%. So this is a true partnership between the company making the products, facilitating logistically these products moving around the world, and then all of us building our own personal businesses and building a residual income of distributing these products around the world. So if you're watching this, you have just joined or looking at joining Partner Co. Just make sure it's not com, it's co as you do all your research. You can look us up on social media at Partner Co. You can look us up on YouTube. That's where you'll find us online. And just know that this is a global business. And for those of you that have built globally before, we're very unique. We every country in the world works off of the pay plan you're about to see. Every country that we are currently open in, and there's 58 of them, they pay in their currency and they are paid in their currency. So if they're in Europe, they'll pay with the euro and receive money in euro. But if you're in the United States, and let's just say you sign someone up in China, the China person would pay in the yuan, the shipping would occur within country, but the following Friday with no delay, you're paid over here in the US dollar. The translation all occurs inside the system. Now, before we show the pay plan, a person has to understand what creates the money. Any business person needs to know that. You've got to have value. Apple proved long ago that if you bring a high quality product to the consumer, it's worth the money because you just want better. And that's how they become one of the largest companies in the world. They're actually bigger than a lot of countries now as far as revenue. So that's what Partner Co. is. We have the best quality products that exist on planet Earth. There may be some people equal. There are none better. When you start digging into the research that I'm getting ready to show you, we have superfood drinks, we have things for sleep. We really have it all. It is all there for you. Make sure I've got the right, yeah. There we go. When you add all the different industries we're in, it actually adds up to almost a $4 trillion global empire when you factor in the weight loss, the athletic performance, the skincare, the energy drinks, of which we all have. And because all of our products are created by doctors, they all have extensive third-party research, third-party verification. We actually have plus 30 products now certified by the Colognes list. That's the highest certification in the world that allows Olympic competing athletes to take the product, which obviously covers NBA, NFL. So they're hyper clean. If you're a nutrition-minded person, we have the NSF, we have the GMP, we have everything that a person looks for here to guarantee quality. We have third-party clinical studies, 215 plus now. Our top doctor has sold over 100 million books, one of the leading authorities on the world on metabolic syndrome. And because of all of that science, we now have about a half dozen products to include our vitamin mineral, our vitamin C product that have been inducted into the physician desk reference. So that is the business model. Now, we out here, we all become a business owner within Partner Co. And, you know, if you're a small business person, you actually have to unwind a minute to understand this because business people are so used to having to leverage money at the bank, whether you're in real estate and you're borrowing money to buy houses and flip or put renters in, whether you're starting a small business and you've got to go sign a 5-year lease somewhere and then do a $100,000 build out, then order all this inventory. Almost every business owner in the world when they start is upside down and they do not turn a profit for a couple of years. Our model is very different. That's the reason for the 50-50 split. You pay $29.95 one time ever in our company. There is not even a renewal. You get your app on your phone. You get an online presence. You get a replicated website you'll be able to pull right off your dashboard when you log in. You get smart links to send individual products to make it like an Amazon type purchase for your consumer. You get all that for 30 bucks. And you get 157 different tax breaks. You're able to deduct everything from part of your house to your expenses to your travel, you name it. It's all different percentages. You'll need to touch base with your CPA and get all the details there. But it is very, 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 very tax advantageous to you to own your own business if you don't have one already, if you're just a W-2 earner. That being said, let's go ahead and start how we work. So when we pay our $29.95, we have to activate our business. To activate our business, you have to move 200 points of product. That can be a personal purchase for consumption. You can sell 200 points of products. You can do that a la carte. You can do it at one time. Most people do start with us with a pack. We're going to give you some examples in a second. But your goal here, no reason you have to do it, but you'll see why you want to do it. But you do want to get 1,500 points of product moved through your business in the first 4 Fridays. There are some other ways to get it done, but that's the goal for everybody to get done. But when you move 1,500 points of product through your business, you become ultimate. And what that's going to do is really simple. When you sign up another business owner that we call a brand partner, or you sign up a customer, for the first 4 Fridays, you receive what we call new volume bonus. And if you come in for $29.95 and you move 200 points of product, you'll receive 15% on the products that get sold or bought through a personal sponsored brand partner or a customer that you've signed up. But if you achieve ultimate, it locks in a 30% payout for life. So here are a couple examples of the start. We have a really, really unique system at Partner Co. We get people making money on day one. We don't want people stocking a pantry. We don't want people buying a bunch of stuff that you're never going to use. Although all of our problems is all of our products are so good, we overbuy. You got to make a lot of money here just to try all of our products because we got so many of them. But we have a system that if you start with a $371 pack, it's 4 boxes of drops, and you sold 3 of those boxes, it's going to actually give you your box for free, and it's going to cover your $29.95. If you're in Canada, Chris and Joni, I know that number up there after import keys is a little higher, but I'm going to let you share the Canadian version.
Yeah, so in Canada, we buy them in 3 packs. And so that's our wholesale cost is on the right-hand side there, $379 Canadian, all in, everything, taxes, shipping. And so if you're selling those boxes at $197, which is giving them a 15% discount, full retail is $232.50. But because we're buying them in bulk, we can afford to give our customers a discount and still make those full retail profits, right? So if you're selling 3 boxes at $197, you're collecting $591 from your customers, and you can put $213 in your pocket. And my favorite thing about this is just what Todd said. You don't have to put the money out of your own pocket. You could literally start this in Canada. It's $38 to be a brand partner. $38, you got your business. And every 3 boxes you sell, you collect the money, you go place the order, and you've got $200 in your pocket.
Okay. Then in the United States currently, in Canada, sometime early fall, you're able to bulk buy with our company, which is really unique in the direct sales industry, to be able to bulk buy. And basically you get 50% off the retail price. So the retail price of our body balance and drops, and this is not a product training. You can go, you don't know what they are yet. There's lots and lots of videos out there on them that you can go and learn from. But you're able to buy 10 for $870. So that's $87 a piece before shipping and tax. The $176 is before shipping and tax too. So you can see that is right at half price. And then if you sold it true retail, you are doubling your money, which is what every storefront owner on planet Earth would love to do, is get a double on any inventory that they have in their arsenal. Last piece of the puzzle, and then we're going to get into the making part. To do the retail profit, which you're getting ready to understand what that is, there is nothing you have to do except get started, buy some products to sell. But if you want to get paid by the company, and our company Partner Co pays every Friday with no delay. Weeks go from Friday night at midnight to Friday night at midnight. So anything that occurs in your entire organization, to include you personally, in that period clocks out that Friday night at midnight. The following Tuesday, the company starts running the system paychecks, and depending on what your banking system is, you'll get it somewhere Thursday afternoon to before you wake up on Friday morning. So there's no delay. We're paid weekly with zero delay. That's also very, very unique in our industry. But to be eligible for pay, you must have one customer a month. It can be you. If it's you, we call it a subscribe and save. It's a customer, we call it a preferred customer. They've just got a reoccurring product coming to their house. Either one works as long as it is on your qualifying week. Your qualifying week is indicated on your dashboard. It is very, very, very important that you have it on the right week. So when you first join, we love people to pay $29.95, qualify their business with at least a 200-point purchase, and then go ahead and turn the subscribe and save on. Products can be changed. You can move it over to a customer, but it does not bill when you put it in there. It will bill the first time, the fourth Friday from when you sign up. It does not matter what day of the week you sign up on. Whatever that Friday is upcoming is Friday number 1. So if you just look on the calendar, 4 Fridays out, that will be the first time. And it can be one of two things: 100 points, which is the right way to do it, or there are a few things that don't have a good point ratio because of the expense of making the product. So if you have over $150 on an order, that also qualifies your business. Listen, our company really rewards everybody for having subscribe and save. It makes you eligible for a secondary pay plan that is called Partner Co Rewards. And that's how you win your free vacations, of which the company does 2 a year. You can also use those Partner Co Rewards for free products. As a matter of fact, I ordered $4,000 worth of products yesterday on partner.co reward dollars that I just got extra. Many people out there do the exact same thing. So it's substantial. It's not a big deal here to get $10,000 plus worth of free product in a year through your Partner Co reward system. But you must have your subscribe and save active, or you lose it and we can't go back and get them. You can turn it on anytime, and you can't go back and get pay either. So it's really, really important that you do have a subscribe and save on. Joni, Reese, anything y'all want to add there?
Nah, that was dead on.
Okay, so this just reiterates that you can sell your way to ultimate. Like, you don't have to buy your way to ultimate. This is where a lot of companies in our industry get themselves in trouble, telling people to buy. Listen, we don't want you to spend any money here. We want you making profit on day one, delivering the highest quality products on planet Earth to the end consumer out there in 58 countries. So a great way to do that is in the skinny drop system. Although we have a new product launching that will have the exact same buying power in bulk. It will be launching next week. And if a person wanted to use that product, they could. And you can probably figure out ways to do other products with it. But like I said, in the United States, coming soon to Canada, as soon as Health Canada gives us the full approval, which is in the works right now, you'll be able to buy in a 10-pack. You buy for $8.70, you get to set the price yourself. The true retail is $176. We have a lot of people that sell at that. I think the fastest moving groups we have in the world right now are selling at $160. Just never sell below $150. You never want to undercut anybody. And you also don't want to give away your profit. That's why you sell here. You're a business owner now. You're not in the giveaway business. So it's $150. So if you're buying for $87 a box and you're selling at $150, you can see your margin for profit there is way over $50, even including the shipping and tax it takes to get to your house. So you can see there at $160, you're going to be profiting about $600 a 10-pack. Now, why do I want to move 10 packs to get ultimate? Because when you buy 10-pack, it comes with 500 points of volume. And that 500 points works towards you getting ultimate at 1,500. So I know a lot of groups, when they sign up brand new people, they order 3 10-packs on the sign-up process. So they're ultimate on day one, getting 30% right out of the chute. And then they start moving those 30 boxes. You absolutely do not have to do that. That's personal choice. Just know it is available there. And it locks the 30% new volume bonus. Once you achieve that, again, unlike a lot of companies out there, you do not have to requalify. You are locked at 30% on any new brand partner that you sign up on the products they move up to their 1,500 points or their 4th Friday. After that, it will change to base pay, which you'll understand in a second, but you're locked for life. You don't have to requalify. It also unlocks what I think is the most important thing in the whole pay plan, and that's the first 3 generations of matching check. You get what's called gold status, becoming ultimate. There's other ways to get it. You can also personally sponsor 4 people with an auto ship in your first 8 weeks, and that will also give you gold status. But once you get gold status, again, no requalifying. But when you see matching check in a little bit, it will unlock the first 3 levels of matching check. Joni, I do quickly want to go back to Canada because at the current time you cannot do that. So let's at least share how you guys are getting ultimate up in Canada.
Yes, great. I'm glad you came back to that because I was just thinking, I wanted to explain that. So yeah, it's very simple in Canada. Every 3-pack has 150 PV attached to it. That's the point value attached to a 3-pack. And so if you were able to go out and sell 10 3-packs, so that's 30 boxes of product, you would achieve ultimate. And there's many ways you can do that. There's tons of different products that we have to offer, but 10 3-packs is kind of what the system is that we've been doing with the system of growth. And that's 1,500 volume, which is ultimate. So you'll be receiving 30% now from that point forward on the brand partners that you bring into the business, which Todd will talk about in a second here. But that's how you achieve ultimate. And we're talking retail sales here. So we're talking just about selling product to customers. And this is my favorite thing about this business is that somebody with absolutely zero experience in network marketing, just any average person that likes the product and wants to share it with people can go out and go get those 10 3-packs, which is 30 packs, that's 1,500 volume. 30% of that is $2,130 in your pocket. And I have lost track. I just can't tell you how many people on my team are doing this in their first month, joining the business, signing up as a brand partner. I also want to use the other terminology in networking, brand partner, and making over $2,000 within their first, some of them in their first couple of days. I've got people that literally just sold 30 boxes over the weekend last weekend. So we're talking $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 right out of the gates their first month. I've never seen that in my history of networking. Most people get on an auto ship of one product, and then it's all about recruiting and inviting people. And our system of growth, which we'll get into later, makes it so simple that people are literally coming to us and asking us not only to buy the product, but to also sell the product, because it's just such a simple system. It's such an amazing product. So this is by far the easiest thing I've ever done. I absolutely love the retail sales, which is one of so many ways that we get paid. And we'll get into the rest here right away.
Okay, just so you'll know, it does not have to be skinny drops. It's 1,500 points of product of any kind. We're just showing you a way to sell your way there. But if you want to buy other things, you absolutely can. And in Canada, we have a lot of products on the ground up there that you can buy unlimited amounts of. And in the United States, all products here you can buy unlimited amounts of. So anything you want to do to get there. Now, after you make ultimate, this is a key part of the system. We want to help other people get ultimate, and we want to maximize your pay. So let's go back. Anybody that you personally sponsor, once you're ultimate, any products that is bought or sold on their business for the first 4 Fridays or until they get ultimate pays you 30%. So once you get ultimate, you're then able to go place your personal orders on somebody's business that you personally sponsored. It's built into the system. I think in Canada, it's not there yet. It will be this fall as soon as Health Canada gives the approval for full resale up there. But in the United States, you absolutely will pull this up in your back office. You can see there, it's just the second page. I put a 10-pack in. I click next, and on the second page, it says myself, customer, or place on another brand partner. You've got to know their ID number. So you can see I put in Samantha Henderson's ID number. It pulled her up. I click next, and boom. When I place that order, Samantha Henderson, a new personal sponsor, gets 500 points in her track to ultimate. I just helped her, but I get 30% of the order. And I just ship it to my own self. I'm in my own back office. So like it's 30% to you, plus you're driving other people to ultimate. It is the most genius thing I have ever seen in the network marketing industry. Reese and Joni, anything y'all want to add there?
Do you want us to share how we do it in Canada instead of doing the downline?
Yes, please.
Joni, you want to share? Or you want me to? I'll start. Basically, you sign up a new brand partner, you're helping them get the ultimate, you just go into their back office. So you go with them with their username and their password, you go place the order for yourself, you send it for yourself, but you have to do it in their account. So once everything's on the ground, we'll be able to do it the exact same way. But right now, you just go sign in as your brand partner, order it to yourself, and it works exactly the same way.
Anthony, anything you want to add in there?
That's it. That's it. I encourage everybody to utilize that right there.
I want to
ahead.
add something there. I don't know where the hand raise thing is.
Oh, go ahead, Joni.
Go ahead, Joni.
So it's just that I wanted to reiterate that just so people can see it clearly, your goals. So when you first get started, your first goal is to either purchase or sell as much product as possible to hit that ultimate level. And so you're getting those retail sales we were talking about, right? You can make that 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 right away just selling our products. Then when you introduce brand partners to the business, now that you've qualified yourself for anywhere between 15 to 30%, if you hit ultimate, you're getting 30%. So now when you place those orders we were just talking about, you're not only getting the retail sales that you were getting before ordering them under your own account. Now you're going to get that extra 30% that you just qualified for on top of all the retail sales that you're already making. So even more money. And if you're placing 150 volume pack, that's the 3-pack in Canada, that's $45 extra in your pocket for every 3-pack that you sell. So you're getting the $213 on that 3-pack before, plus the extra $45. Like the money, and I mean, we still have lots more to show you about the comp plan. So.
And that doesn't matter where you place this person. So if you're brand new, of course, they're closer to the top. But if you place somebody 50, 60, 70 levels deep, guess what? That volume still rolls up. So you just helped all those people in between, and you still got new volume bonus. It's just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we're going to cover that again in just a minute because it's also applicable in one of the ways we get paid called matching check. But when you personally sponsor someone, you want to place them at the very bottom of your pay leg that you're building. Pay leg, and you'll understand what that means in 1 second. So although you place them under potentially 1,000 people and 999 people above them get to share in the volume either on a pay leg or power leg, one of the two is going to be there for everybody. Although you place them all the way in depth, it's still a personal sponsor to you on your first generation, which pays you 30%. And it also locks in your matching check for 7 generations under them. It's a very unique feature. And when you go to sign somebody up, it's all built into the system. Okay, so we've covered 2 areas of pay. Your retail profit for selling product direct to the consumer. And we've also covered now the new volume bonus that you get when you place those orders at 30% on a new brand partner's business.
Todd,
all right. Yes.
Todd, just real quick on new volume bonus, because there was some stuff in the chat, and I don't want to, I know we're going to wait to the end to answer questions, but just real quick, because somebody brought up the 8 weeks thing. Guys, 4 weeks is automatic. Yes, we have 8 weeks that you can get to ultimate, but the reason we want to focus on 4 weeks isn't about us getting new volume bonus or it's more about getting the money in that new brand partner's pocket. If they can hit ultimate in the first 4 weeks, and Joni can tell you in Canada, it's like $2,000 something in their first month, they're not going to quit on you. So we want to get them in that first 4 weeks. So really, really, really try to focus on that first 4 weeks.
Yes. So if you do want to get ultimate after the 4th Friday, it has to be called in. The computer system will quit doing it automatically. And it will not pay 30% anymore. But if you want to get ultimate yourself during the second 4 Fridays, which will be Friday 5, 6, 7, 8, you got to call it into rep services, tell them you want it to count as your ultimate title advancement. The computer system, again, I'm going to repeat, will not do it automatically. Okay. We now are going to move to the 3rd way we're paid. Now we begin what we call the residual income, the passive income. Now, I say that lightly because nothing in life worthwhile happens by accident. Chris Budd, who is Joni's husband, is he there with you, Joni?
Yes, he just has to unmute.
Okay.
Sorry,
all right. So we were talking about getting up to Canada to do some meetings for some of their growth up there. And Chris said back to me in a text, the sooner the better. It's not going to happen by itself. Like Chris knows the industry. You don't just sign somebody up and wish them luck. You've got to go invest time into their life. That if you ever want to understand how to make big money in network marketing, you got to understand how to make other people money. And that's the secret. And you got to lock arms with them. And it's not for a week or two. Generally speaking, if you bring somebody new into this industry, it's an 18-month time frame before they're going to be able to really do this proficiently, completely on their own. Some will never do it proficiently on their own because they'll never engage enough. But even the good ones take a little bit of time to really learn it. So when I say it's residual income, for the most part, can you get lucky? Of course you can. But for the most part, when you start building the residual income, it's not really going to be residual that first year and a half because you're going to be a part of most things occurring in depth. But this is what happens when it comes to life. So when you start building, you're placing. So when you go to sign somebody up in the computer system, the first question it asks you is, who is the sponsor? You'll see that right in the enrollment process. If you're in your back office, you're automatically clicked as the sponsor. Just click next. The second page, there's a couple of questions. One, leave it on default, which means the computer system is going to put it in the placement queue, which means when somebody joins you, you will then have 24 hours to go place it where you want to. If you already know and you're present in the sign up, you didn't send a smart link, you can actually go put it where you want to by clicking on enrollment tree, and you'll pull up the tree and it'll allow you to find the person you want to put it under, and there'll be a little empty circle and you'll click on it. When you begin building your business here, do it with somebody. Doesn't have to be your sponsor because your sponsor may not know much more than you. Find somebody up in your business that knows how to make the money here and get them to coach you up a little bit on your placement strategy. So you can start by building either 2 or 3 legs. It'll be up to you. And the way I kind of differentiate that, if you're a plotter here, meaning you've signed up, you're not sure if you want to make money yet, you're not sure how much time you can put into it, you've got a lot of excuses of why you're not going to work this much, I'd only build 2 legs because you've got to create stability and money in other people's lives. And the more spread out you get, the harder that is to do. If you come into this company and you're all about it and you're going to work it hard and you're going to recruit and you're going to be placing a lot of people in depth under people, I'd start with 3 legs. And that way you don't have to worry about them flip-flopping on you. Completely your call. And by the way, if you're not working hard, don't start with 3. Like, don't think it's quicker. You'll actually make less money starting with 3. It's only if you're going to work hard and you're going to be recruiting a lot, and you're going to be placing a lot. So the way it works is, it works if you've been in the network marketing industry before, initially like a binary, but we are not a binary. A binary pays you it pays a percentage. Our percentage is 15% of the weaker leg to unlimited depth if you're building 2 legs. So in our pay plan, you can actually build as many legs as you want to. If you're ultimate, you'll start with 5 and you'll be able to earn as many as you want long before you need them. So you'll be paid 15% unlimited of the weaker of 2 legs. If you're building 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the way our pay plan works is you're paid 15% of every leg you ever build. So this particular example, and this, by the way, is in depth anywhere in the world that your business grows to. So if you're building 3 legs, leg 1, everybody involved sold 13,334 points of product. Leg 2 sold 4,000. Leg 3 sold 2,000. You can see there you're paid 15% of leg 2 and 3 for $600 and $300, or a $900 total paycheck in base pay. And by the way, that's only base pay. That wouldn't include your new volume bonus that we've already talked about, nor your retail profits that you're getting there. So Chris, I love your analogy because you do have some experience in the industry about how much more powerful this is than a true binary.
Thanks, Todd. Well, true binary is, in my opinion, it's got some gotchas, and I'm a comp plan guy, so I'm always looking for the gotchas. Here, I'm just every week on my check, I'm trying to figure out how I got so much. So I think part of it comes down to this: rather than a binary where you're getting paid on 2 legs, typical binary pays 10% of your lesser leg, which means the most you're ever going to get paid on your business, about 5%. So here you can have as many legs as you want to. Rather than just 2, you could have 3 over time, 4, 5, 6, and then you're getting paid on the vast majority of your business. The only part that you're not getting paid on is that greatest leg, which, you know, at any given time, as you've probably seen, it can change as your business grows and, you know, other legs start to explode. We've already experienced that. So yeah, I mean, this is a powerful part of the compensation plan.
Okay, one of the first, by the way, all of our title advancements are based upon volume creation in a pay leg. can be new volume bonus or base pay. Either one works for title advancement. So the first important title advancement is the first one because you got started, because it's the start that stops most people. But the most powerful first advancement you do is called officer. Officer gets you a lot of perks. You'll get a inside look at the company once a month on the officer call, where you'll get all the upcoming things, new products, new everything coming around the world. You'll also be given the ability to call what we call the elite line, which is a notch above rep services. They can problem solve a little better. You get a little bit higher quality rep service agent in there. But you also now, when you're an officer, and by the way, this doesn't guarantee it weekly. It just guarantees it that week. You've got to, the volume's going to check every week. But once I make officer, I will have had to at least make $1,000. If it was new volume bonus involved with it, it'd be much more because you're getting 30%, not 15. So the greatest thing about the 10-pack strategy on Skinny Drops, if you build just 2 legs of business, and over time, you just had 14 people per leg moving a 10-pack, that creates enough volume that your officer making over $1,000 a week. That's a $50,000 a year income with just 14 people and 2 legs moving products. By the way, you got 4 billion people in the countries we're open with to go find your 14 people that can do that. Now, over time, we can build as many legs as we want to. Now, this is upper level pay plan training. I generally say it takes a year to 2 years to get 2 legs optimizing for somebody just brand new building from scratch. And then 6 months to a year per leg after that. Can you move faster? You dang right you can. People do. But I don't like sharing what 1% of the people do. I like sharing what anybody can do. And you can absolutely optimize a leg per year. And I want to show you, if you just did that because I tell everybody when they join, if they tell me they want to make, walk away from your job or small business money, it's about a 3 to 5 year game plan for most people. Generally about 5 years in, you're going to find you have a business that is paying you way more than any other job or whatever could pay you, because you've now got the one thing in life you must have to create wealth on your side. You've got leverage, and it takes time to build that compounding leverage. So the goal is to get every leg moving at least 13,334 points of product. Another unique thing about this company is everything counts. When you sign up a new brand partner, if they order 1,500 points of product, that counts towards your 13,334. Auto ships count. Random purchases count. Customers ordering count. There is nothing that doesn't count. A lot of companies don't count everything in their unlimited volume. We count everything. There is 0 exception. So it does cap on each leg at 13,334 for the week. So each leg is capped at $2,000 a week. So if you built 2 legs, you'd be making $2,000 per week. That's $100,000 a year. 2,000 times 52 weeks. But there's way more to the story. This is only the 3rd way we get paid, and there's still some big, big, big other ones. So it's generally going to be way more than that. But here's the other part of the story. Anytime that you get a pay leg to optimize, which is 13,334 points, it's going to trigger shares in the bonus pool. If you're an analytical person, you can go into your Partner Co app, go to the PDF of the pay plan, and it will show you exactly how many shares are triggered. So the first 2 legs are called an income position. Leg 3 forward begins what we call your pay lines. So the first 2, the income position bonus is about 470 right now. It is growing because there is 1% of worldwide revenue. There's 2% of worldwide revenue set aside on the income position bonus pool. So when you get your initial shares in there, I think there's 2 shares. A share is worth approximately right now about $240, $235, and you get 2 on the income position bonus. The payline pool is 1% of worldwide revenue, but it's way bigger because there's not as many people doing it, because now it takes a 3rd leg to get there and less people have that. So when you get a 3rd leg growing, you get 2 shares. So every leg you get to 13,334 is going to pay you $2,000 for the week. So the illustration you're seeing there, I have 4 legs that sold 13,334 cumulatively to unlimited depth. You're paid on 3 of them. So it'd be $2,000 per leg times 3. So you're at $6,000 a week times 52 weeks. You're at plus 300,000. On that first one, the income position pool is 470. This is your pay line pool. So there is an exponential number of shares given per pay leg. So you can see when you get that third leg, first pay line done, it's right at an extra $500. You'll get $2,000 base pay plus a $500 bonus. But you can see from there, it's basically a triple from there. So if you get the fourth leg done or the second pay line, it is a $1,500 bonus. So it's $2,000 plus $1,500. So it's not just $2,000 times 3 legs or $6,000 a week. You're getting, let me back up so you can see it. You're getting that 470 bonus, and then you're getting whatever bonus you're hitting here on how many other pay lines you have done. You can see if you built 8, you'd be getting 2,000 times 8 legs, but the bonus that week is 18,000 for the week just in bonus money over and on top of that. So if you have aspirations of making $2, $3, $4, $5 million a year at this, as we have some people doing throughout the world, that's a fact, not an income claim. I am not telling you anybody else can do it. It's very, very, very difficult to do that. You got to go help a lot of people change their lives, and it'll be the hardest work you've ever done. So I never, ever want this to come across as an income claim, but it is there, and we have people tapping into it. Reese and I were just on a trip that the company gave to Tahiti, and we were with a lady in China. Reese, how many pay legs did she have? Was it 9 or 11?
She has 11 pay legs, 10 optimized.
10 optimized legs. So she's passed our slide on what she's accomplished already. It can absolutely be done. This is a young lady from China that did that. Anything anybody wants to add on the bonus pools?
You know, we just had a meeting with Tim Sales yesterday, and this compensation plan just continues to blow my mind. It's so much information that most of you guys' heads are probably turning, but what I wanted to mention was that my favorite part is that when you do optimize, is it two legs, you are now able to sign yourself up again. So when he says that you're capped, it's actually not, you can actually sign yourself up again and keep going. So there actually is no cap necessarily to that leg if you continue. It's just another way of continuing to get paid on it. And it just, the more we talk about this compensation plan, you know, if you really want to hash it out, we'd have to sit down over coffee because it's a lot. But
If you're tired of sponsoring other people, you just sponsor yourself.
yeah, yeah, that's my favorite
Hopefully,
part.
Chris, hopefully anybody can do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to the 5th way we're paid. So we've covered retail profits. We've covered new volume bonus. We've covered base pay. We've covered pay line bonus pools. That's the first 4. The 5th way you're paid is called your savings bonus. This works only on base pay. That's the unlimited 15%. You have a goal. And Kim Gray, who's making approximately $5,000 plus a week with us now, very early on, when she first started understanding the business model, her goal every week was to make $250 in base pay, because if she did, she got extra money. And I think that's a good goal for any new person to have. When you make $250 or more, when you log into your dashboard, you're going to see the savings bonus account wheel. When you make $250 or more, you're going to get a 15% match of your base pay into that account. It will start growing. In the early days, it'll just be a little bit. But later down the road, it can become very substantial. When that wheel starts to grow, your goal is to get it to $10,000. When it hits $10,000, 2 great things are going to occur. The first one will be you're going to get lots of recognition in public. The owners will call you, congratulate you. But the second way is the good way. That we get, there's one of the Fridays a month, we get a savings bonus added to our check. So whenever that savings bonus week comes up that month, you will get an extra $10,000 put into your check. You can use it to continue saving. You can use it as a down payment on a house or a car. You can do whatever you want to with it. It is yours. We're not forcing you to take a car in a car program or anything like that. But here's the unique thing. Once you get that $10,000 released the first time to you, You then every month will get a fifth check. It'll be put into one of your Friday paychecks. We have a savings bonus week and you'll get 15% extra of your monthly base pay up to $500 a week or $2,000 per month. So if you're using it as a savings bonus, it's an extra $24,000 a year. You take that, put it right into your Roth, whatever you're doing for your particular savings. And man, you can build a retirement here in addition to your retirement from residual income. So it's just security over layered over security, the way our pay plan is built. Anything anybody wants to add on savings account? These are some of our wonderful people. There is Kim Gray in the top left that I just mentioned. When she began her journey here, she was on disability, had never, ever owned a new car or traveled out of her state. And she now flies everywhere, and she has now bought her husband and herself brand new cars and remodeled their house and paid it off. And there's John Oakey, who is with us this morning. There's tons of them. I can't start calling names out. I'll leave people out.
And
All right.
one of the things I'll say about the savings bonus before you go to my favorite part, matching check, is there's a lot of companies out there that do car programs and do all these other incentives and things. And trust me, when I started, I was 21 years old. So the car program is very eye-catching. But it's always in a thin line, like, hey, if you don't re-qualify at this certain rank again, well, you're not getting that bonus for that car program. So our company don't want to put nobody in debt. So instead of all of that, they did a savings bonus where it really saves your money for you as you build your business. So every time you make that $250 in base commissions, you'll be able to watch the little circle in your back office roll on up to $10,000. And it's just amazing watching all my friends be able to do it all over the world. It's just awesome.
Okay. The last way we're going to talk about getting paid today is called matching bonus. This, for someone who builds a big business over time, will usually be exact, like the base pay, the bonus pool, matching check will usually be equal to, or in a lot of cases, greater than. Not always, because there are some variables, because it's got to be within your first 7 generations, and you never know where you're going to hit that great person. But if you're a good recruiter, over time, you're going to hit some good people very high up, potentially on your first generation. So the way it works is anybody that you personally sponsor, they will be on your first generation. And remember, just as Anthony pointed out earlier, you can still put them under everybody as far as base pay is concerned. The system allows you to place them in debt, but still claim them as a personal sponsor. For life, you will get a 15% match of the base pay they get every Friday. And this is very, very, very important. There is no minimum. There is no maximum. And if you understand our industry, there is no breakaway. I have never seen it done before, ever. I mean, nobody has ever brought me another company that can say all 3 of those things. Most always, there is a cap or a breakaway involved. Here, and this is my favorite thing, because so often in our industry, someone that's not working this very hard finds the person that goes crazy with it, and they're not compensated enough because they don't have 2 legs. There's a million things so very important to understand. Matching bonus works on every leg to include your power leg. You do have to qualify for it. How do you qualify for it? Your gold status. How do you become gold status? Personally sponsor 4 people in your first 8 weeks, or become ultimate. Ultimate comes with gold status. The company will always open up. If you are out there and you did not make it, the company always opens up requalifying periods where you can go requalify for gold status or requalify for ultimate. So there's always ways to get it done. But once you get it done, it locks for life. You do not have to requalify. Another thing that is completely unheard of in the network marketing industry. Anybody you personally sponsor, 15% match. The example we show on the screen is you sponsoring 4 people. So if 4 people next Friday received a $100 paycheck each, that would be $400 in base pay paid out, times your 15%, you'll get a $60 match. If you sign up 1 person and 5 years from now, they're the dynamo in our company and they make $1 million that year, you will get a $150,000 match. If you decide to work hard at this and you want to sponsor 100 people, you'll get a 15% match on 100 people's paycheck every Friday that's getting paid base pay. And if they make $1, you get a 15% match. There is no minimum and there is no maximum and there is no breakaway. I cannot repeat that enough. All right. When they sign up people, it is a 10% match. So the example on the screen there is that if 4 people went and found 4 more people for 16 brand partners, 16 brand partners averaged $100 in base pay each times your 10%, that's $160. Third generation, it becomes a 5% match. Now, this is very important to understand. The first 3 generations unlock for life on gold status. And it works on your power legs, meaning if you only have one leg, and again, no cap. So this is illustration of just $100 paychecks. We get a bunch of $1,000 paychecks or $100,000 yearly checks or $1 million yearly checks in there. That can become astronomical just on the first 3 generations. Generation 4, 5, 6, and 7 have a different qualification, and you must have a second leg because it's based upon your base pay. You must make $500 a week in base pay to unlock generation 4, $1,000 for generation 5, and so forth. So you can see there, it is 5% all the way through 7 generations. The example on the screen, and this is just for hypothetical purposes, it absolutely will not work this way. It will work every way but this way. This just shows you the power of leverage and duplication at a time. But if you get 4 who get 4 who get 4, and everybody out there was averaging a $100 paycheck, that would be your income in matching bonus through 7 generations if you're fully qualified for all the generations. But it is those percentages on one person just taking off. So if you just signed up one great person on your second generation, signed up one person on your first generation, they hit a good person on your second, it's a 10% match for life. If they start making $100,000 a year, you're getting a $10,000 match that year throughout the year. It'll be coming weekly. Now, we also have, this is very important to understand, we have what's called dynamic compression. And what that means is you have to have a auto ship or subscribe and save active to be qualified to get paid by the company. If you do not, you will not receive pay. In every other company I've ever seen, the company keeps the breakage. Not in this one. It's a 50% payout. It compresses upwards. So let's just say you signed up somebody. They signed up somebody in your second generation. Both of those people don't have an auto ship. But that person on the second generation hit a really good person on your third generation. If the first 2 people don't have auto ships, the third generation moves up to your first, and everybody underneath them moves up accordingly. So you actually are getting 15%, not the company keeping the breakage. It's crazy, crazy they're doing that. And but the reason they call it dynamic compression is we don't kick anybody out of the company. So if they want to turn an auto ship on, it just compresses back out. So it's dynamic. It's on, it's compressed out. If it's off, it compresses up to you. So matching check is so, so powerful. Anybody want to share anything there?
Yeah, I'm going to throw in, I know Joni and Chris, they got a storm blowing in that might cut them out. They're down in Costa Rica, and that's how they do. I mean, that's just amazing. But when my matching check really clicked with me was when I was talking with Joni and Chris that have been in the industry for 20 something years. And I started explaining it. Todd was there explaining it. And Chris was just like, what? There's no breakaway? What? I mean, and it's just so, so good. Matching check to me, once you get in for a year, matching check to me is what is telling you how healthy your business is. Are you helping people? Because if your matching check is up, that means that people are making money. Your people are making money. So you're changing lives. So matching check is the gauge of how healthy your business is. And it's also just on the call with Tim Sells yesterday. If you guys were in Florida for the accelerator event, you saw Tim present. Tim's matching check, and if you don't know who Tim Sells is, he's an all-time industry leader, is 2.5 more than his base pay. That's most of his check is matching check. That's just amazing. You don't see that because people, like he said, no breakaway. I know a lot of people don't understand that. That's amazing. But I'll let Chris and Joni maybe chime in a little bit there because as industry people, it's a game changer when you're talking to builders.
Yeah, absolutely. I just don't even know where to start. I think for me, I think the matching bonus, yes, of course, it's great for builders that are bringing on a big team and making money, but I think it's exciting for the little guy who doesn't have a lot of connections, but does happen to sign up somebody that's got experience in networking. And typically with the network marketing business, when you sign somebody up that's very successful, most comp plans have a coding out system where you won't get paid any money on them anymore because they promoted beyond what you're capable of promoting to. And so the matching bonus is really exciting for anybody that brings on a successful person. You're going to get paid on whatever that person does for the entirety of your business forever. So it's probably one of the strongest things I've seen in a comp plan. And I'm starting to realize more and more, especially after talking with Tim Sales, how strong it is, because he was explaining to us that once your business matures and you've got a very, very large organization, this matching bonus is 2.5 times as much money as the base pay on your organization. So like most companies have a binary, you're getting paid on the small leg, you're getting paid 10% with most companies. We're getting 15% of all of our legs. And then your matching bonus is going to be 2.5 times more than that. It's just the most amazing thing. I love this company. I love this comp plan. Did you want to?
One more thing to add. Oh, Chris, guys, just real quick, one more thing to add. And this, a lot of times as you're new and you're building 2 legs or you're building 3 legs or whatnot, you kind of ignore, if your power leg takes off, you kind of ignore that leg because you're like, I'm not getting paid for doing that. But you're getting matching check. It gives you the motivation. It gives you something to go work with your first line or your power line. You're getting matching check on every line, not just your pay lines.
Chris, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, everybody's fearing of binaries. You get that runaway leg and you're always forever chasing it. You're getting your little 10% of half your business and less than half of your business. Over here, there's just no gotcha. There's no gauntlet to run to even get qualified for it other than going ultimate, which pretty well everybody's doing anyway. And so to get that runaway leg here is like, I pray for it. I would love that. I want runaway legs. I want people to go off and far surpass anything that we'll ever do.
Yeah. So if you don't know how to do this yet, when you get paid on Friday, your check, when the total over there will kind of be highlighted. If you click on it, it'll run where all your money came from. So it actually will show you every single rep in your first 7 generations and what their base pay was and what your matching check was. So if you are building a big business, it's a great way to go look at who your leaders are, who's getting paid, because sometimes I always say social media and people showing up on Zooms and talking is not always a reflection of who's actually making the money. I'm often surprised when I clicked on my matching check. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no idea that person was making that kind of money. And I had no idea that person was not making any money. So it is a great evaluator for you to really see in your business who's performing at a high level and who you may need to go step in and really help that maybe are not performing at a high level, that although it seems like they are. So matching check is so powerful. It's a part of the power rankings. It's 20%. As your matching check grows, they call that the growth of your business, which is really, really important. And then the last thing we're going to talk about today is the free vacations. We generally do 2 a year. Every year can be slightly different. Last year, we did 1 to Tahiti. That was the global vacation. The vacations for next year will be announced in Orlando, which everyone needs to make plans to be there. The tickets, I think we have 2,000 seats and we're down to just a couple hundred tickets left. So make sure you get them if you're coming. They're in your back office. You can do Airbnbs. They're way cheaper generally than the hotel is if you want to get a team there and save on expense. But when it was announced last year, a brand new person had to make $25,000 in the comp plan for the year, and they would get a 7-night, 8-day cruise. Reese, you won that, you and Ashley.
Absolutely. It was, you can see back here, we have like a board. For so long that when Ashley first started this, her goal, her why, it was she likes to travel. She wanted to go to Tahiti. So it was like, I'm going to go to Tahiti. And Reese was going to stay back. But guess what? We both got to go. And it was life-changing, business-changing. I mean, it was just amazing to come together. You get time. You get so much time with John and Darren, the owners, all the leaders, Todd, Brent Palmer, the Scotts, the lady that we were talking about in China, Masha, who is number 2 in the world. Don't say number 3. She is number 2 in the world. But you get all this time that you get to spend, and you just see the culture of the company. And then you get a vacation of a lifetime, a once in a lifetime vacation, all expenses paid. Literally, Ashley and I think spent $500 maybe the whole trip just buying kind of gifts and stuff like that. Everything else was covered. And we went to Tahiti, to every island in Tahiti. The bucket list item, I got to go see Teahupu, which is one of the biggest waves in the world, and got to go see some of those guys surf that wave. It was just amazing to me. It blew my mind, and I don't think I can ever come close to that trip again.
Okay, we're going to stop the recording and we'll answer a few questions this morning.